Okay, let's start with a feeling I know you've had. It's 11 p.m. You've spent the last 2 hours scrolling through a feed that was literally engineered to show you exactly what you like. You're in a climate-controlled room on a comfortable couch with a 5-star dinner currently digesting in your stomach. By every metric of modern progress, you are winning. You are at the peak of human comfort. So why do you feel like absolute garbage? Why does your soul feel like it's being siphoned out through your screen? We're living in the most frictionless era in history. We've even patched out the bugs of existence, waiting for a taxi, the struggle of finding information, or the effort of cooking. But here's the wild thing. A day of doing absolutely nothing, just consuming ease, is somehow more exhausting than a day of hard labor. It's what I call the invisible fatigue. It's a spiritual rot that sets in when there's no resistance. We've built an architecture of convenience that's accidentally built a prison for our sense of reality. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly, undeniably present? Was it while you were watching a high-def stream? Or was it when you were caught in a sudden downpour? Or when your lungs were burning on a steep hike? We're being sold a dream of total comfort, but that dream is starting to look like a glitch. Are you actually comfortable? Or are you just numb? I'm going to pause for 5 seconds. Don't check your phone. Just feel the weight of your own body. Feel the air on your skin. 5-second pause. To understand why we're feeling so hollow, we have to look at the people who were built to be unbreakable. Let's talk about a word that's been totally misunderstood. Asceticism? Usually, when we hear that, we think of a monk in a cave eating 1 grain of rice a day, right? But the original Greek word is ascesis, and it didn't mean self-punishment. It meant training. It was the word used for athletes in the gymnasium. For the Greeks, a person who avoided struggle wasn't lucky. They were untrained. They were soft. They believed in a concept called arete, or excellence. And they knew that excellence isn't something you're born with. It's the physical residue of friction. It's the calluses on your hands. It's the mental muscle you build when you force yourself to do the thing you really don't want to do. Think about your life right now. In 2026, you aren't just a consumer, you are an athlete in a stadium of distractions. Every algorithm, every autocomplete, every one-click purchase is an attempt to make you stop training. It's trying to atrophy your will. But what if we reframed our daily annoyances? What if that difficult conversation you're avoiding, or that technical problem that's making your head hurt, isn't a problem to be solved by an AI, but a weight to be lifted? When you choose the path with more friction, you aren't just getting the task done, you're literally sweating out mediocrity. You're building that you aren't just a passenger in your own life. This isn't about being productive, it's about being real. Because training requires resistance. And in a world optimized for zero effort, the only thing that's still real is the stuff that pushes back. Now, I want to introduce you to someone who completely changed how I look at my own discomfort. Simone Weil. She was a French philosopher, a mystic, and basically a total badass. She insisted on working in brutal factories despite her frail health because she wanted to feel the reality of the world. She had this mind-blowing insight. She argued that extreme affliction, or what we'd call friction or pain, is actually the only way to find the truth. Why? Because comfort is a hallucination. When everything is easy, the world seems to be created just for us. It's like a video game where we're the main character and everything is a resource for our pleasure. But pain is the sensory proof that the world exists independently of our desires. When you stub your toe, the wall doesn't care about your feelings, it's just a wall. That sting is the moment the fake version of you, the ego that thinks it's the center of the universe, gets smashed against reality. And Nietzsche, he took this even further. He didn't just accept suffering, he wished it upon the people he cared about. He said, "I wish suffering, desolation, sickness, because I wish them the only thing that can prove whether one is worth anything or not, that one endures." It sounds harsh, right? But look at the neuroscience. Dr. Anna Lemke has shown that our brains have a dopamine pain balance. When we over-pursue pleasure, binge-watching, sugar, endless scrolling, the scale tips toward chronic anxiety and anhedonia, where we can't feel joy anymore. But when we lean into voluntary discomfort, cold showers, hard workouts, deep work. The brain resets that balance. It's a paradox. The pain you're trying to escape isn't the problem. It's actually the cure for the emptiness you feel. Is your peace just a lack of blood in your veins? Or is it something you've earned through the fire of reality? Okay, enough high philosophy. Let's get tactical. How do we actually live this in a world that wants us to be ghosts? We need a protocol. I call it friction maxing. First rule, the friction first rule. Complete your most annoying task immediately and do it without the distraction of music or podcasts. Do it in the dead air of your own thoughts. Second, digital fasting. Try the boredom sprints. You know that urge to check your phone while waiting for the microwave or the elevator? Kill it. Set a timer for 20 minutes and just sit. Don't meditate. Don't find your zen. Just sit with the specific, itchy discomfort of being bored. That itch is your brain trying to reboot its autonomy. Third, physical friction. Perform one act of voluntary physical discomfort every single day. A cold shower, a walk in the rain without an umbrella, or choosing the stairs when you're carrying heavy groceries. Why? To prove your mind is the master of your body. When you win the 3-second war against the snooze button, you aren't just getting out of bed. You're reclaiming your sovereignty. You're telling the dopamine economy you don't own my impulses. We see this everywhere now, from people disabling autocomplete to force their brains to think, to the digital hermit trend. These aren't just life hacks, these are survival strategies. In 2026, reclaiming your effort is the ultimate act of rebellion. It's the only way to remain human when everything else wants you to be a consumer drone. So here we are at the end of the script and the beginning of your choice. You can go back to the scroll. You can let the algorithm buffer your reality and tuck you into a 5-star sleep of the soul. Or you can choose the friction that makes you real. Comfort is the slow death of the eye. It's the process of becoming a ghost in a machine of your own making. But every time you embrace the sting of reality, you're planting your feet in real soil. You're choosing the sweat on your skin over the static on your screen. Hegel had this idea of the master-slave dynamic. And today, the question is, does your comfort own you, or do you own your comfort? The next time you feel that empty feeling after a long session of doing nothing, don't try to fill it with more content. Don't try to drown it with another stream. Sit with it. Let it hurt a little. Let it remind you that you are alive. Here's my final challenge. The moment this video ends, don't click on the next recommended video. Don't check your notifications. Put your phone down. Walk to the nearest window and just look out at the world for 2 minutes. Feel the friction of just being. Reclaim your sovereignty. Because the world isn't here for your comfort, it's here for your training. Now, go get dirty.